Hi everyone, my name is Etredu and I'm welcoming back to my channel. Well, we are back again with our reaction videos, and today I'm back with another beautiful piece from Charlie Kirk, and that is titled as Brainwashed College Student Gets His Eyes Open to the Left Deception. Bro, what a long story, or what a long heading or title. Without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, please sit back, relax, and let's enjoy this video to the fullest. Let's go.
You create a company that's like close to being a fascist, and then like
okay. How am I?
Sorry.
Let's go through this. How am I a fascist?
Dude, like
Can you name one thing I believe that's fascist?
Okay.
you believe that like you on shit.
Don't let him
But
I'm such a bad
okay.
fascist. I let the people who disagree
Just-
in open mic to talk to me for 2 hours uninterrupted.
Okay,
I'm an awful fascist. I'm more like a free speech liberal of the 1970s, not a fascist.
But I just want to say Turning Point USA is a evil company that was funded by thousands of fracking companies, and that just
no, it's not thousands, but we do have some frackers that give us money. But we
yeah,
have-
and then
we
all it is
but I don't know
making
how
the
we went
rich
from
more rich.
fascism to fracking.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
Okay, again, I'm happy to have a debate. I can see you're getting kind of fired up.
I'm sorry.
So, but why are we evil? Like, we're having a nice discussion.
Because
all of a sudden
you want,
you're calling me like
because
a
it
fascist.
seems like you just want the rich get even more rich. Like
we haven't talked about the rich at all. I mean, so you don't even know my positions on this stuff at all. And by the way,
Dude,
just so we're clear, the wealthiest counties in the country all vote for Democrats. You know that, right? 8 out of 10 of the wealthiest counties in the country vote for Democrats. The wealthiest people, absent Elon Musk, are all on the left. Jeff Bezos, George Soros, Mark Benioff, Mark
Elon Musk on the
Zuckerberg, Laurene
left?
Powell Jobs. On the left, yes. The richer you are, the more likely you are to be a Democrat and on the left.
explain that to me, please.
The numbers speak for itself. The Democrats are the party of the oligarchy. Can you name one tech CEO outside of Elon Musk that is a conservative?
I personally let me think. Peter Thiel.
Yeah, that's one. That's one. Larry Page, Google, on the left, worth $120 billion. Sergey Brin, Google, $130 billion on the left. Laurene Powell
they're-
Jobs, Mackenzie Bezos, Jeff Bezos.
If they're on the left, what has they done that was like quote unquote to do the left stuff?
Well, okay, so Larry Page gives money to left-wing NGOs all the time.
Like if you're on the left, I don't think you will ever be this rich.
Well, they are. You know why? Because the left
because they're not.
No, here's
Because
the thing.
they're not.
The left is a scam. The left uses
How
people.
is this
Let
scam?
me tell you why. It's a good question, actually. The left uses people like you that think that, oh, we're going to fight the rich. Well, they protect their oligarchy. While you guys have to keep on working hard and never own anything, when we conservatives are the ones that actually want to restore the American middle class and bring jobs back to this country.
How would you
And
restore?
Let me finish. The left uses people like you every day, and they use people on you by the trans thing, the abortion thing. Keep voting for us because the fascists are going to take your rights away. When who's funding the left? The richest people. George Soros. Do you know who George Soros is?
Who is funding? Dude, I have never seen
Okay.
a leftist
Again.
organization come to campus spreading their propagandas.
Because the whole university is a leftist organization
No, it's
spreading
not.
propaganda.
It's liberal. Left. There is a
but-
clear-cut difference between a leftist and a liberal. Please make
You're
that
coming
right.
after this in a good way because I'll just say Democrat politics, okay?
Okay.
Almost every major, powerful, wealthy person in the country, over $100 billion in net worth, with the exception of one person, Elon Musk, is on the cultural left and gives money to the left. Mark Zuckerberg gave $400 million in the 2020 election to help get Joe Biden reelected through the Center for Technology and Civic Life. Mackenzie Bezos.
That helps his case. Obviously, he
Hold
would
on.
donate money to his.
Oh, okay, but hold on. One second. Mackenzie Bezos with $45 billion, major Biden backer. Laurene Powell Jobs worth $20 billion. Steve Jobs' widow, one of the most radical left-wingers in the Emerson Collective. Mark Benioff from Salesforce worth $12 billion. One of the most radical left-wing guys that you'll see out there. The eBay guy, Omador, one radical left-wing. It's so important for you on the left. You guys are being scammed and gamed, because they talk a good game about building the middle class, but it is not the party of democracy. It's the party of oligarchy. And you can go fact check me tonight,
Okay.
and you might actually have cognitive dissonance. Type in this: wealthiest counties in the country. They almost all vote for Joe Biden. Who gives the most political donations to the left? All the wealthy people. Go look up the top billionaires on the Forbes list, the top 100. Only about 10 of them give the Republican, the other 80 give the Democrat, the other 10 don't give at all. It is mind-blowing when you realize the shift in power the last 10 years. Republicans used to be the party of the rich. You know what changed? We nominated a class traitor as our nominee, Donald Trump. As soon as Donald Trump became our nominee, all the billionaires said, we don't want him anymore. He talks about things we don't like. He wants to end the wars, close the border, bring jobs back to this country. We want to keep on supporting a political party that doesn't want any of that stuff. Explain to me how Joe Biden represents the working class in this country. He doesn't.
He very much supports the unions.
It's a oh, hold on a second. The union or the union bosses? Big difference. The union bosses supporting the rank and file love Trump. The UAW loved Trump more than Biden. The carpenters union loved Trump more than Biden. The police union. The point is this, is that the Democrat Party, they are sitting on a house of cards of young activists that truly want to go like crush the rich. And there is some truth to that. Like there's a very rich oligarchy in this country that remains rich and stays rich off of gaming government systems and public policy. And you guys give them a free pass because you think that we're fascists when in reality, we're the ones that are actually fighting to destroy the oligarchy the most.
All right, last question.
Last point.
Last question. Let's say, so you do want to fight for the American middle class, and
that's my, yes.
Okay,
that's
how does freer the market like helps with the middle
again,
class?
I want precision in free markets, but
how does free market support the middle class?
Again, I'm not puritanical, but I think that generally more choices are a good thing. I think that generally supporting entrepreneurs is positive, but I think that mass immigration is really bad for American workers.
There's no mass immigration.
Well, first of all, how many people are? Wow. Well, you're right. There is mass invasion, but how many people are coming across the southern border every day?
I don't know, but like
no, I'm actually genuinely curious. Can you guess?
Okay. On what time frame?
Every day.
Every day. 500?
Yeah. It's at its low point. It's at 10,000 right now. It was 15,000 last month. So what is that annualized? Let's play that out.
A lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So that's mass immigration, right? How many green cards do we give out every year?
Probably a lot.
Yeah, a lot. About 1.2 million.
Well,
right?
what's wrong with giving out green cards?
I'm not saying anything wrong. No, you said there's no mass migration. So I'm just trying to tell you, we do have mass migration, right? We have 3 million on the southern border, and then we have 1 million green cards, right? That's 4 million a year, right? Which is basically bigger than most U.S. states. Now, everything comes with a cost. When you have mass migration, you're going to get lower wages. But that means you're going to disenfranchise American workers. What, are you studying computer science?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so you're an American born, I'm guessing, American raised? I don't want to assume.
I wasn't, but
okay.
I moved to the U.S.
Okay, well, you're an American now, I guess. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah,
or
I am.
Student visa? Okay, you're going to now have to compete. You're kind of proving my point, but that's a separate issue. You're now going to have to compete against foreign labor for your computer science jobs. I think we have a moral obligation to American-born workers to give them preference and priority and restrict the labor supply so that our computer science majors can have higher wages, not to have suppressed wages so some tech CEO can bring in a bunch of Indians and suppress their, no, nothing against Indians, but just, bring down their wages.
Personally, I just think that, like, if you came to America and then receive a green card, I think you get to work however you want. Like,
okay, I think that American-born citizens
and then
should
there shouldn't be a priority because they're American citizens.
Well,
as long as you're
that's where we're
American
different.
citizen.
I actually think you must have a priority to your own citizens, or else you don't have a government. You have something else. If you don't have a priority to your own people, I don't know what you have. You have a colony, not a country. You're just a big economy, and that's fine if that's your position. By the way, your position is held by the ruling elite. Where I think that we should have a country, not just a colony, where the American-born citizens should be given preference over foreigners. Nothing against foreigners, I think they're nice people, but the Americans should be given first preference. And by the way, any sane country believes that. We're like the only country in the world that says, and certain European countries, come on in and take whatever you want.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this has been a beautiful, lengthy conversation between Charlie Kirk and a computer science college student in the US. Yes, I'm saying this has been a beautiful conversation because I love the fact that some of the videos I've been reacting to aren't that long. So I'm so excited to have gotten the opportunity to witness this video right from the beginning to being close to the end bit or end part of the video. That's something great. That's something great. You know, one thing about constructive criticism, when the gentleman started asking these questions, it was very obvious that he didn't really know the kind of angle to go to. By using something in line with a principle developed by the Greek philosopher Socrates, as I realized Charlie indirectly ended up bringing up some beautiful points from the gentleman. The same thing applies to the gentleman bringing out some beautiful responses from Charlie. Now, in the course of this particular video, I realized in America, most of the rich, with names that were actually mentioned by Charlie here, talking of Mark Zuckerberg, the wife of Steve Jobs, and many others, most of them come out publicly and freely to give out money in support of political parties. So I was asking myself the same thing in our part of the world. The situation differs, bro. The situation differs. Trust me, the situation differs. In my part of the world, it is very obvious that the rich is giving money in support of political parties of their choice, but they can never make it known. Why? Because we have come to a realization that when the political party they do support goes in opposition, the newly elected party starts targeting them and their company to an extent of collapsing their business from the generic perspective. And that is crazy, bro. That is crazy. I am saddened by the notion that most Ghanaian companies developed by Ghanaians has actually been collapsed by the government to an extent that companies developed by foreigners are thriving in my part of the world, and that is just crazy. Let me not go far. Recently, there was this, banking sector cleanup, and trust me, it is alleged that the amount of money that was used in collapsing Ghanaian bank is even way than the amount Bank of Ghana or the system in general was demanding from these banks. And bro, that is crazy. Common sense would rather tell you to invest that money into these banks so that people are able to keep their jobs. I am not speaking ill against the banking cleanup or cleanup of the banking sector, but clearly we cannot bear witness to the fact that it's brought to loss of jobs and a whole lot of stuff. Talking of let me quickly cite an example by using two banks known as the UT Bank and GN Bank. GN Bank is actually owned by one rich man in Ghana here known as Dr. Pakwesi Indu. Now, these banks are collapsed, and trust me, these particular banks reduced unemployment in such a way that they were keeping more than 500 employees. And talking of GN Bank, trust me, that is one of the banks I've really come to appreciate and love their style of banking in Ghana here. They're actually a banking system for the people. They were moving close to the people, like, people in the market, just name them. And they were taking any amount of money as deposit, coins, the lowest denomination of our notes, just name them. But it is rather unfortunate that the system ended up crippling or collapsing these companies. It is just crazy. It is just crazy. So in the course of watching this particular piece, I was asking myself, wow, so rich people in America are able to associate themselves freely to political parties without being attacked. That is a beautiful system of democracy. Well, no doubt, America as a country also got their own shortfalls. The same thing to Ghana and different parts of the world. But for a mere fact that rich people are able to associate themselves to political parties freely without being attacked or without collapsing their companies, bro, that is something I really do admire. That is something I really do admire. Because I realize that attacking rich people in my part of the world for associating themselves to a political party or a brand is doing us more harm than good. Trust me, it's doing us more harm than good. Just as I cited employment and unemployment as an issue, and again, Charlie made mention of the, millions of people finding their way to the American border to become citizens by getting green card on daily basis. And that's quite a large number. That's quite a large number. That is quite a large number. So here am I asking myself, why is everybody trying to make it into the American society? It's all about stable economy or something of the sort. So stopping us from doing what is beneficial to our own people. What is beneficial to our own people? Clearly, when you read wide, you will realize that most countries with their citizens always trying to gain access to America are being punished by their leaders. Trust me. bad leadership, like bad and crazy leadership. Because you have leaders who are always traveling to America to assess their health care. And I'm like, bro, you are being wicked to yourself and the future generation at large. This is a clear indication that you do not even trust the healthcare system of your country. You understand? You've left everything in shambles in your own land, and you are rather traveling to another man's land for healthcare. What will happen if you decide to do something great with respect to the healthcare in your country, so that you can personally assess it for people in your country to also have access to good and quality healthcare services? What is wrong? But instead, these people will squander money meant for the state or meant for developmental projects in the state, and when they start experiencing some mild headache and a little stomaching, they get on flights sponsored by the nation, travel to another man's land. Bro, that is crazy. Like, that is crazy, bro. What is wrong with that? Like, what is wrong with these brains of ours? Bro, if I say I'm going to hit on most of the issues raised by this beautiful conversation between Charlie and a computer science student, I will end up talking for the whole day. Ladies and gentlemen, let me not talk much on this. Again, my name is Esredu, and I'm excited with getting the opportunity to react to this particular piece. If you love the content I do create, or if you love what I do, and you genuinely want to be part of this beautiful family, do want to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and keep your comments coming. Peace.